Meet Maya. She's in 7th grade, and right now she's staring at her homework like it's written in an alien language. The problem says x plus 5 is greater than 12, and she's thinking, wait, is this even solvable? Spoiler alert, it totally is. Today, we're cracking the code on one-step inequalities. By the end of this video, Maya and you will be solving these like absolute pros. Let's go. Great question. You already know equations, something like x plus 5 equals 12. There's one answer, x equals 7. But an inequality replaces that equal sign with symbols like greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, or less than or equal to. Instead of one answer, you get a whole range of answers. For x plus 5 greater than 12, x could be 8, or 9, or 100. That's what makes inequalities powerful and a little sneaky. Before we solve anything, let's make sure we can read these symbols. Here's a trick Maya learned. The symbol is like a hungry alligator mouth, and it always eats the bigger number. So 8 greater than 3. The mouth opens toward 8. Easy. Now, greater than or equal to, that little line underneath just means we include that number too. Think of it like at least. If you need at least $5 for lunch, $5 works too. These 4 symbols are your inequality toolkit. Here's the great news Maya discovered. Solving inequalities works almost exactly like solving equations. Whatever you do to one side, you do to the other. To solve x plus 5 greater than 12, subtract 5 from both sides. 12 minus 5 is 7, so x is greater than 7. That's it. You just solved an inequality. Maya's face lit up when she figured this out. She was doing it the whole time without even realizing it. There is one big exception to this rule, and we'll get to it soon. But first, let's practice. Once you solve an inequality, you graph it on a number line to show all the solutions. Here's the key. If the symbol is strictly greater than or less than, use an open circle at that number because that number is not included. If it's greater than or equal to, use a closed circle because that number is included. Then shade an arrow in the direction of all the solutions. For x greater than 7, open circle at 7, shade everything to the right. Maya called this drawing the answer, and honestly, that's a perfect way to think about it. Okay, here it is, the secret rule that trips up so many students. When you multiply or divide both sides of an inequality by a negative number, you must flip the inequality sign. Let's say negative 3x is less than 12. Divide both sides by negative 3, and because we're dividing by a negative, we flip less than to greater than, so x is greater than negative 4. Why does this happen? Think about it. 2 is less than 5. Multiply both by negative 1. Negative 2 is greater than negative 5. The order flips on the number line. Maya calls this the flip trick, and she will never forget it. Let's work through Maya's first practice problem together. We have x plus 8 is less than or equal to 15. Our goal, get x alone. So we subtract 8 from both sides. On the left, x plus 8 minus 8 leaves us with just x. On the right, 15 minus 8 equals 7. So x is less than or equal to 7. Now we graph it. Closed circle at 7 because 7 is included, and shade the arrow to the left. Maya checked by plugging in 5. 5 plus 8 is 13, which is less than or equal to 15. It works. Let's try a subtraction one. We have x minus 4 is greater than 9. To get x alone, we add 4 to both sides, the opposite of subtraction. On the left, x minus 4 plus 4 leaves just x. On the right, 9 plus 4 equals 13, so x is greater than 13. Graphing time. Open circle at 13, because 13 is not included, it's strictly greater than, and shade the arrow to the right. Maya tested x equals 15. 15 minus 4 is 11, and 11 is greater than 9. Perfect, the solution checks out. Now let's tackle multiplication and division. We have 3x is greater than or equal to 18. The variable x is being multiplied by 3, so we divide both sides by 3 to undo it. Since 3 is positive, the sign does not flip. Great news. On the left, 3x divided by 3 is just x. On the right, 18 divided by 3 is 6. So x is greater than or equal to 6. Graph it. Closed circle at 6 because 6 is included, and shade right. Maya checked with x equals 9. 3 times 9 is 27, and 27 is definitely greater than or equal to 18. Nailed it! Here's the moment Maya was dreading, and then loved. Negative 5x is greater than 20. We need to divide both sides by negative 5. And because we're dividing by a negative number, boom, we flip the sign. Greater than becomes less than. On the left, negative 5x divided by negative 5 is x. On the right, 20 divided by negative 5 is negative 4. So x is less than negative 4. Open circle at negative 4, shade left. Let's check with x equals negative 6. Negative 5 times negative 6 is positive 30, and 30 is greater than 20. The flip rule works perfectly. One more with negatives. Let's make sure Maya has this locked down. We have x divided by negative 2 is less than or equal to 3. To undo the division, we multiply both sides by negative 2. Since we're multiplying by a negative number, we flip the sign. Less than or equal to becomes greater than or equal to. On the left, x divided by negative 2 times negative 2 is just x. On the right, 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. So x is greater than or equal to negative 6. Closed circle at negative 6, shade to the right. Check with x equals 0. 0 divided by negative 2 is 0, and 0 is less than or equal to 3. It checks out. Maya figured out a 4-step strategy that she writes at the top of every test, and you should too. Step 1, figure out what operation is happening to x. Step 2, use the inverse, the opposite, to undo it. Step 3, if you multiplied or divided by a negative, flip the inequality sign. And step 4, graph your answer. Open circle for strictly greater or less than, closed circle for greater than or equal to or less than or equal to. That's the whole game. 4 steps and you're unstoppable. Before you go off and crush your homework, let's talk about the mistakes that even smart students make. Number 1, and this is the big one, forgetting to flip the sign when dividing by a negative. It will cost you points on a test. Number 2, mixing up open and closed circles. Remember, equal to means closed. Strictly greater or less means open. Number 3, shading in the wrong direction. Always double-check which way your solutions go. And number 4, not checking your answer with a test value. Plug one number in. 30 seconds of checking can save your grade. You've got this. Remember when Maya was staring at her worksheet like it was written in Alien? Look at her now. She just solved 5 inequalities in a row without breaking a sweat. And you know what? So did you. Here's your recap. Solve inequalities just like equations, using inverse operations. If you multiply or divide by a negative, flip the sign. That's the secret weapon. Use an open circle for strict inequalities and a closed circle when the sign includes equals. Then shade your number line in the right direction and check with a test value. You've totally cracked the code. Now go show that homework